Hi friends, what's good? Welcome to my channel. So today's story is about winning the lottery. Back when I was 22 years old, my boyfriend and I were living in a basement suite in a little house, and we were making ends meet. We were both in college and we were both working, and life was kind of a struggle. We had just finished putting money down. We had a layaway program back in the day where you could buy something from Wasks, which was a furniture store, and they had a used section in the back. So we were just about ready to put our last 20 bucks on a used TV. That's where we were at in our life. And I was really excited because I guess we didn't have a TV for a while. And so I said to my boyfriend, I said, it's time for us to, pay off that TV tomorrow. We're going to bring it home. And he's like, awesome. Well, his sister showed up and they all decided they wanted to go out and party. And I didn't want to party that night. I don't know if I was working or studying or something. But I said, okay, well, here's the last 40 bucks we have. You might as well take it. It's fine. It's all good. It's fine. And so they went out and they partied. And when they got home, they were all pretty drunk. They had a really good time. But Jim had not spent the money at the bar. So his sister had paid for everything. And he looked at me and he was kind of he was a little too drunk to talk to me. we were I just said, everybody go to bed. I'm going to bed. And so we went to bed. Well, I think we probably got up about I got up about 6 o'clock in the morning because I didn't have a hangover. And Jim woke up kind of immediately and said, "Oh, hey, I forgot. I bought some lottery tickets. They're in the truck." And I said, "You what?" And he says, "Yeah, I went and bought lottery tickets." He says, "You might as well bring them in the house and we'll scratch and lose together." And I said, "You got to be kidding me. Like, you didn't spend the money on the booze, but you went and bought lottery tickets." So I didn't really hesitate. I wanted to go and get the lottery tickets because I liked scratch and wins. I like lottery tickets, but I went and got them. And the funny thing is he left the truck unlocked that night, and he put the lottery tickets in the door envelope. Like there was a side, pocket. He put the lottery tickets in the driver's side door. So I mean, crazy. First of all, we lived in a city and you got to lock your doors. But so I was a little miffed. I'm like, "What are you doing? You didn't lock the doors. There's lottery tickets." And I was kind of a little bit PO'd at the time. So I walked in and I gave him his ticket and I looked at my ticket and I was scratching like I was, whatever. This is a lottery ticket. I'm just going to scratch it. So he scratched his. It was a no win. I scratched mine and I sat there and I looked at this thing and I said, "How many zeros are in a million?" And he's like, "I don't know. We're counting. It's six." I said, "I think this is a win, this ticket. I think this is a win." And he's like, "No, it isn't." And I said, "Count the zeros. Let's sit." And we sat and we counted these zeros. And sure enough, it was a winning ticket. And it was for $1 million on a scratch and win when I was 22 years old. So I'm standing there holding a winning lottery ticket. And I think I went into shock. I don't even know what happened at that point, but I think there was some yelling and screaming and sorry. Jim's sister comes into the bedroom and it's like, "What is going on?" And I said, "I think we just won the lottery." So it's only 6:30 a.m. at this time. And so we're panicking. Everybody's going into panic mode. So Jim took up his pants. He had some pants with zipper pockets. He took those, put those on, put the ticket in the zipper pocket, zipped it up, went and got shirts and a coat and zipped everything. He was totally keeping that ticket contained where we wouldn't lose it. And then we had to think about who would be open at that time of the day because back in the day you had to go get your ticket checked. I think you still do at the store. So we were looking around for a convenience store and we found one just up the road. So we went up and it was so hilarious because it was like a panic. Everything was a panic. We were looking around. We kept thinking someone was following us. It was kind of terrifying. But we walked into the store and we said to the owner, "Lock the door. We think we won the lottery." And he said, "What?" And so he proceeded to lock the door. And then he said, "All right, let's check this ticket." And he goes, "First sign it." So I think both Jim and I signed the ticket. together. We signed it, he checked it, it was a win for $1 million. And I'm not kidding you, you guys. What an amazing thing. Like, we weren't just going to get a used TV from Wasks. We walked in there after we won and bought leather furniture and like a 50-inch screen TV. And this is back in like 1992. So this stuff, it was the most wild ride. But this is just part one. And I'll have to do a part two because I'm at 5 minutes 34 seconds. So I'm going to stop. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, whatever it is for you. And God bless you. Take care. Bye.